Hey HCG family, it's Mimi. I thought I'd do a quick check-in. I just got home from the hospital. My dad, it's going to be a tough road. He's still in the cardiac part of where they go after surgery, and he still has a chest tube, of course. He was, they just took he was still incubated, so they took that out earlier today. So the whole coughing thing, getting him to cough, you know how important that is after you've had surgery, even though your whole chest has been cracked open. Whew. So anyway, I am on very low calorie day. Ooh, I thought I had it in my brain here. Let's, one, two, three, I guess three. I did another load on Monday, which I was going to start very low calorie, and I did. And then when my dad had the surgery, let's see, that morning we left very, very early to get to the hospital. And so I think I actually took me some nuts, and I had a little bit of nuts, an apple. I ate a salad at the hospital with a little bit of chicken, and that later on that day I had some cottage cheese. So it's like it's not like I'm hungry or starving or anything. It's just when you're stressed, I don't have a problem with eating healthy foods or when I'm stressed. I don't have a desire to want to eat junk food or anything like that. But I also didn't want my stomach to get, I wasn't going to, I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave, so I brought me some nuts and I ate a little bit of those and I ate an apple. So I haven't weighed myself. I got up early again today to clean up. My kitchen was an absolute wreck, and um, made my husband a decent meal. And let's see. So I didn't weigh myself. Just, it's even like HCG, taking my HCG is like an afterthought. It's like and I know you all know what I'm talking about. It's like your life is it's on hold. It's you're like floating in space, and you're waiting for things to get back to normal. My mom had open heart surgery 10 years ago. She had a quadruple bypass. She's had several strokes and heart attacks even since then. Fortunately, they did not leave her like they did my dad when he had a stroke 7 years ago. He had a stroke, and his right side, it affected his right side of his arm and his leg, but not his face. So he could still speak. Eventually he was talking and that, but he's had to use a walker, and my dad was the cook that ran the errands. He worked for the gas company and retired. Then he went and worked security at the airport, Cincinnati Airport. And it's funny because he and my mom and my aunt and uncle were on an airplane ready to take off to go to Maine on 9/11. Needless to say, the flight stopped and they sat out there for a pretty good while before they knew exactly what was going on. And so uh, he wound up, when they changed all the security and that at the airport, of course they got rid of everybody that was working for that company that did security. And from that time on, my dad has basically, waits on my mom hand and foot. And so over these years, 7 years of him having this stroke, it has kind of set my mom in just a tailspin of um, stress. She's not used to, my mom is used to being taken care of. She wasn't used to taking care of anybody. She was used to being taken care of. So I have a sister, and she's very dependent on us. It's even though, just going to the hospital or being with Dad is very difficult for her. She's just, and it's just tough. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know how he's doing. Tomorrow they should take the tube out of his chest, and they had him in a chair. When I got there today, he was in his bed, but then they got him up and put him in his chair. They had him in a chair twice, even though he's got all the tubes. He had a whatever tube they have here in his neck, he ripped it out. It was actually stitched in there, I guess, whatever, for medicine to give it to him real quick if he goes into cardiac arrest, I guess. He ripped that out. He is very sensitive to pain medication. So just from the time when I was there, because they've tried, he can't take morphine. I think they tried Demerol. They gave him one Percocet, and he goes out it, loses it. Well, when I was there, they just gave him, it was 500 milligrams of an ibuprofen, and needless to say, in 45 minutes, he started acting weird. So he's a real lightweight when it comes to pain medication, and I really don't think he hasn't really said he's in pain, except when you're coughing, of course, it's terrible. So anyway, so that's about it. I am, I'm trying my best. I'm thinking, okay, if I wasn't on HCG right now and doing very low calorie, really, what would I be eating? I was already tired of, I don't do a whole lot. I look at all these recipes while I'm on very low calorie, and then when I get into phase 3, doing phase 3 foods, I don't care anything about that stuff. It's like you only want what you can have. So anyway, I thought, even though I just got home, I thought, man, I'm going to fix me a piece of chicken, because I cannot just live off of cottage cheese. So I fixed me a little bit of chicken and a lot of lettuce, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat this, and tomorrow's another day. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get up. I need to go to the bathroom. I was doing fine before, but with this happening to my dad, it's just like my body just shuts down. Oh, you don't have any time to do that, so, So hopefully tomorrow I will weigh, and I'll see. I have no, the last time that I had weighed, I was like 193. That was before I loaded. I didn't weigh the next day, and that day I didn't eat anything. My husband made me one of his pizzas on the Ezekiel flatbread, and I had that and a salad. That was the only thing I really wanted, I really cared about. And then the next day I had the same thing, but I had only ate that. That was why I didn't do any kind of loading. So Monday, I guess, I made some of that coconut cream and that chocolate and ate some of that. About just grossed me out. I had to really force myself to eat fat. I just didn't want food, and I'm sure it's just because the stress of it. So anyway, I'm rambling on, and it is getting late. So hopefully tomorrow I'll weigh. And I want to say to everybody that commented, and of course I'm not friends with everybody on Facebook that is on HCG or that vlogs, but all of you that commented and your prayers, I so much appreciate it. I usually don't ask for prayer. I usually don't post things like that on Facebook, even just my regular Facebook. I just don't do that. And I just decided to do it, and I'm glad that I did, because it really, really helped me. And so thank you so much. I so much appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well. I think I'm going to try to watch some vlogs while I eat my chicken salad.
And hopefully tomorrow I'll step on the scale and it won't be bad. If I'm down to 189.8, which was my last dose weight, I will be very excited with that. So thank you, everybody. And stay warm, all you Texas girls out there. Oh my goodness, we're supposed to get like 5 to 6 inches, I think. This evening it was like up to 60s, in the 60s yesterday, and today it's like misty rain. We had a lot of rain yesterday and this morning, bootload of rain, but it was still kind of warm, and so it's supposed to drop down, I think, in the 20s tonight. So it could get pretty hairy out there. So you all be careful. Big hug to my HCG family.